So, now a big cup of tea. Those were like reading intense things we've been doing the last 5 hours, 44 minutes, and 27 seconds. So, my throat is a bit sore from reading that much. So, I'm very happy to do this room now, which is this much reading. Deploy the machine when you're ready to release the Gatekeeper. Write-ups will not be accepted for this challenge. No need to answer right. Defeat the Gatekeeper and pass through the fire. Defeat the Gatekeeper to break the chains, but beware, fire waits on the other side. So, now I'm a bit curious here. What fire? So, it's not new, this one, it's old. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember. We started this, and we have done some things. But I don't remember. Even if it was a Windows or Linux one. I'm totally lost here. It was long ago since we did this. Very long ago. So let's check the notes. So we do have notes on this one, though it is not finished. So I'm kind of thinking I will, in part, do it like if I didn't have any notes, right? And yeah, we'll see. So Gatekeeper, right? So no done on this one, but we have kind of a lot of things still. I'll read it enough first. Or maybe we just do it and re-find everything. So now I'm curious here. Is this Windows? Yeah. So also my info. We can see the collected info. Then I haven't filled anything more here. So I guess we should do that. If we connect to this one, we get this. And if we netcat to it, we can send stuff. Including too long stuff, right? I remember I made a few big mistakes when I did this the first time. Including making a script to test buffer overflow that lacked the new line character. And I was so long trying to find the right crash because of that. But anyway, we have an SMB share. We got the file down. That was quick. I remember that. So we have Gatekeeper exe here. So let's actually put this under here. And let's also put it in the info. And then we started to look at this in a VM. But what VM was this? What date was this? So I have no idea if I used one online. Let's see what date the file says. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to move them here. So we were in October here when I was doing this. So, and then I continued a month later. And I was like, what was I doing? And now I'm doing it again. More than a month later. So, let's just do it all, right? I'm not gonna read what I've already done, but yeah. I spent too much time on this one. I should have looked at someone's walkthrough too, just to confirm that I wasn't doing something odd. And I think we did actually look and see they found stuff that I didn't, right? It crashed where it didn't crash for me or stuff like that. So well, I'm just hoping it works. It's an old one, you know. It's 1,700 days old, so it's not a new one. So if it's not working as it should, it's not horribly odd. But I want to do it as much by myself and not checking someone else's stuff as possible, of course. So let's make a further script. Yeah, so we got this giving up message. Oh, and then we got it did crash, and then I had do you realize how much data I'm sending it, right? So I'm sending it 105,000 here. So it's a totally different crash. And I was trying to look at this crash and going through the program, and then there was other stuff I needed to do or something, so we didn't continue on it. So retesting Netcat, and we got a crash much earlier here, and odd characters back already here, right? So gosh, this does crash. Rewrite script, connect once, and send several strings, because I was connecting and disconnecting, right? All the time. And every time we connect, it's like a new one. That's one thing. And then finding the problem. So I don't remember this. Too long ago. Too many things between. A lot of debugging this first with installing immune debugger, setting options, Windows lower defense, installing RT for Windows, running the above. I uploaded the exe to buffer overflow prep, and we got the same results. I thought it might be options missing on my machine. Yeah, so this is I made a VM for this too. So part of the time that took to get this machine was to create a Windows VM, right? Yeah. And then we found the problem. Yeah, so if I didn't take such big steps, and I'm quite sure there was a new line problem. Maybe it was just the steps. Anyway, screenshot from stream. So I didn't have a screenshot or any text from this. MSF Venom. Yeah, so this is it's not a lot of things done. I might just start from scratch. Let's see it as a fresh box and ignore the old notes, kinda, right? Why not? Why not do it from scratch? Because I don't remember what I did, and the notes are not perfect. So I'm doing a Gatekeeper 2025 one. So that's supposed to be in TryHackMe first. And I'm gonna just forget about that one, and it was a long time since I did a box, really. So let's do this new. And let's just see it as a fresh one. fresh new box. So let's do Gatekeeper. It is started. No information. There's just flags to get, so we don't really have to look anymore on this screen. So let's move notes over here. And this folder is created here, ready for filling stuff in. So what we need is to add the IP address. And let's get that. So there we have the IP. And let's just exit those. And just start a new fresh window. And let's do Anima. And the IP is 215.69. So, how very nice. Since I've been talking constantly for almost 6 hours, I might not talk very much now. I might actually take the opportunity to be quiet for 2 seconds. It should be done soon. I don't think this one was slow. Very slow. One of the other buffer overflows ones was very slow, I think, or another one we did about that time. So the only reason we know that this box is buffer overflow is because it's under buffer overflow in the path, right? So if we look at the dashboard, we're in buffer overflow in offensive pen testing here. And that's why we know this is buffer overflow. So it is 1,700 days old, but it only has 26,183 users in a row, while Advent of Cyber has like 120,000 in a month. And this is a free room too. And Nmap is still going, so. Let's actually open a new tab. Not in. I managed to open a new tab in the browser instead. Now we have selected. So let's ping this IP instead. Yeah, so it's there. It'll be there. It'll just be some time before it's finished. It's probably something in there that takes time for Nmap to check out. One of the scripts or something takes more time than I thought. And also it has stuff to find, right? So taking the opportunity to clean my desk a bit. Why is there yogurt underneath the glass? That's very odd, but it's yogurt all over my desk now. Much yogurt. Got some water for this. It's still on the tea mug. So there. We have quite a lot of information here, and I'd be curious exactly what traffic is sent, and I would kind of like to Wireshark this, really. Maybe it's the opportunity. It did take a lot of time. Why did it take such a long time? But first, let's put this in the notes. So if we go from the top here, we have open parts. I think I'll just copy all of it and then I'll cut stuff out. It's easier. So I'm gonna check their ports here open. This one. Let's see, there. So this one, what is this? SSL MS BBT server. Gatekeeper. Let's just keep like that. Product version. Well, we can find more information in this. If we want to. Then we have this one. And here we also see Windows 7, right? So and we see its work group. And then we have this 31337 Elite one, which replies back with hello. Let's not keep all the information. For request. I think I'm going to lower my desk again. So I've been standing for a bit now. So two wheels stuck in the curtains at the same time. Well, it was bound to happen sometime. There. Bottom reached. So many things I want to check so they don't get squashed. So, let's say that the RPC ones are not mega interesting, right? So, one service unrecognized page returning data. And we see all of these hellos there. And then we have the SMB. Right, let's actually run so what is the SMB script called? History grab and map. Yeah, exactly what I was gonna do. Never did that before. Obviously I did, right? So that's what it is. So let's do this, but with the current IP, which is this. There. Did you see? That was quite funny. It was online 445. And it will be that forever because now we made it longer, so it won't move up. So this is the line map. So keep it in the nmap one. Or maybe we won't. Let's make it new. So 3 nmap SMB. There, oops. Let's do this first, so it looks better. I wasn't finished with this one though. I want to clean out the data that's interesting here. So we found SMB2. So here's the actual version OS. So we can remove this line I saved here. Though we can save work group, which is kind of interesting. And we also had target name. And we had unrecognized service on this one. We had SMB, which is kind of like obvious, right? And let's not save all of this. Yeah, computer name. We have all the things there too. Account use guest as the game user. Yeah, we're running the SMB scan. We don't need that. So this is just reports and let's just get this. This is really the bit that's interesting. This is just the same, right? So did I put this here again? That's not necessary. That's good enough. So and what did we find from the SMB scan. We found. Let's go through it the same way because it's easiest, right? So we have anonymous access to this one. There. Let's actually make headers here. I've never done that before, but why not? So nmap. Nmap SNB. There needs to be a space. And then we paste what we found. And then we want to check out what's on there. So we can just clear this. So I call this 2023. So let's do it here too. 2023, am I stupid or what? So, yeah. Now we have an empty directory here to play with. As we're yeah, this is what we want to do. So, what was the name? Oh, I think I might have misread the information. Let's check it again. I'm kind of sure we had more access to something. So let's read here instead. So admin, we have no admin access. So I'm thinking we did this before a long time ago. What did I do then? Yeah, there was a users. So we didn't get the same results. This is interesting. Because this was just IPC dollar. I didn't read what it was. I assumed it was this one, right? So did we do exact same command? Yeah, we did. So it's supposed to be possible to access users. So the reason I'm not continuing this is because it's from October and I want to have a fresh. That's why we have 2025 on it. But if we don't get the same data. Yeah, current user has access read. Yeah, I'm just blind. So this is the interesting one. We don't really care about IPC for now. Sorry about that. It's just because I had it in my head that there was one we could really read, and this doesn't say yes here. That's why. So let's continue. Let's do our IP. And the IP is 215.69. So it's user default. Update our rooming. So we're getting a lot of links to desktop ini. And the user all that stuff. And then we have the Gatekeeper exe here. So it's in. Let's actually copy. Users share. So it is share. Gtab here. So we have our Gatekeeper exe here. I'm actually hungry, but I haven't eaten anything since I started streaming more than... Yeah, I have. I ate too hard. I ate some sandwiches. I have some yogurt again. Right, I actually need to do... Right? So we have a file that is an exe file. What we haven't done yet is to test this other port that we found in the nmap. Let's go here actually. We haven't tested this one, right? So let's do that. Next. Exploring 13. Is it too many threes? Let's do port. So, what we have on this port, yeah, 31, not 13. Yeah, it didn't look right. 31. There. Also, we want this to be 4. So it lines up prettily there. 31, 337. And the nmap got a lot of odd stuff there. So we're just gonna netcat to this one. And let's see what happens. So let's netcat. What is the IP address again? I should have it. Should have it up. This one. 215.69. And it's like, oh, there's nothing, right? So if you just QWERTY it, 23. Okay. So let's do mega long message. This is mega long enough, right? So it crashed there, but yeah, connection refused. It's like dead. So it started back up. Started back up after a bit, but if we try it once after it crashed, we couldn't reach it. Let's try the same again. A little less long message. It crashed, and we get connection refused. There. So quite a bit before it restarted again. But it does restart when it crashes. So we don't have to restart the box or anything. That's nice. So now we have to test this in a more like controlled way, right? So let's start with just testing how many characters can we add here. So if we add let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that crashed it. So 150 characters crashes it. So if we do it at once, it is dead. But if we wait, so is it time to try again? What do you think? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Because we tried 110, so now we're trying 120. And now we got something odd. Odd characters here, but it's still responding. And kind of working, right? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I think I had a knock on the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to do this. Yeah. But we want to test this, of course, on a Windows machine. The only problem is that my computer might die if I start too many things. Let's see here. So we can close this one down. And what else do we have? The calculator. That was from the cryptography
Fixerbot
room.
says.
New follower Senor Guma. Less than 3.
So, fun thanks for the follow. Of course. So how many tabs do I have here that I don't need? Let's say that we close everything but this one. Let's call it 2 because I already have a one follower. That probably means that I did the same thing and then I forgot to open it up again, right? Yeah, let's do all of it. 2. And then we close it. Close tabs. Because this one we want up because we want to be able to access this. And we want it on. Yeah, I started this before it started, right? So.
Senor Guma says.
Which box you doing?
It is called Gatekeeper, and it's a part of the path for offensive pen testing, the offensive pen testing path, and it's a part of its buffer overflow. So we know it's a buffer overflow thing in it. So.
Ahaha, okay.
So otherwise, it doesn't have any information at all. It just says. Deploy the machine when you're ready to release the Gatekeeper. And then it says, defeat the Gatekeeper to break the chains, but beware, fire awaits on the other side. So, should we be afraid? Or what? We don't know yet. We'll see. So, now, do we dare to start another VM? Like Windows, right? So we can't close OBS, it's kinda required for streaming, right? But TTS is kinda nice to have. So we'll see. If my computer crashes, I definitely need to buy more memory. That's the whole thing. And this is probably the one. So, let's see. It's happened before that OBS has crashed. But I think we're like safe now. I did restart before. Actually, a streamer bot crashed and didn't want to start, so I had to restart my computer. Very stable, everything. So Windows starting, it's always fun, right? So while we wait, let's make like a script from Callie here.
I'm getting back into it. Was a mechanic for 6 years. Just got a help desk position and have been doing TryHackMe on and off for about 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, so that's about how long I've been interested in the cybersecurity stuff too. But I worked in IT before, so I think I'm like cheating a bit. So this is still starting, and let's like think fresh. Let's hop to the notes. We have those open still. And I don't want to use code because it kind of takes a lot of memory, right? And I don't want to crash the computer. Shouldn't have to think about that. I need a new computer. I think it's motivated to get a new computer. Right? Isn't it? I should have a like collecting money for a new computer so stream doesn't crash. So buffer overflow stuff. My notes are public, by the way, so if this looks interesting, you can just go to my GitHub. Alright, do you know what I just did? I just closed the tab where I had my this one. So I now have my notes on my webpage. So you can actually, you don't have to go to GitHub. You can go here. You can look. We should fix, it's not finished. I did this yesterday. But it kinda works.
Nice, thank you. My notes are all over the place, lol.
Yeah, mine too. By the way, is that a German voice you selected? Are you German? It kind of sounds a bit like that. So we have the buffer overflow notes. You're American.
I am American.
Yeah, I know a lot of people select funny voices, even though they're American. And it's hard to hear it sometimes.
I wish I was German.
Okay. So it's a German voice. Yeah. So, buffer overflow. Here's my buffer overflow notes. And we can do like change this one. Let's see, it's from there to there. But we can also select to, oh, we got the note we want. Let's focus, right? It's kind of nice. Then we have my old buffer overflow notes. Though what I want right now is not actually the notes, but the Python files, right? So that we'll go back to my notes, and we'll save some memory. I just wanted to show what I made yesterday. Or did. I just exported it with a tool, so it's not like I made the pages. Yeah, so this is why I made it. Oh, what happened there? That's alright, I know what it is. It was a VM starting, of course. Right? I'm like, what? That sounded like a Windows sound. So I think we have a VM started. Come on. And this is a slow one. I think the password is password. Yeah. So we have some tools installed and stuff here that we can play with. And I do think the file, I already uploaded the file here. Because I started doing this box before, but it was so long ago, it was in October. So recently I've been doing other stuff. Yeah, we also have scripts here already. I kind of want to make new ones though. It's that stupid to make new stuff when you already have it. Let's check out the notes, right? So, buffer overflow. And here's my start here. I don't even know a link for my big buffer overflow. Whatever. I should finish this one too. Well, let's do this. So, this is how you make links, kinda easily. And we want this start here buffer overflow to be linked in the index I made here, right? So maybe put it, we can put it at the end. So if you scroll down in the start here, I've made, we can see that there's the buffer overflow. So I missed that last time. So next time I export this to the HTML, we will have the buffer overflow one here too. So I don't think I have scripts in the file. I might. Maybe I should put it here. I've also thought about putting this file into several because it's kind of long, right? Yeah. It's kind of long. And then I want to add more stuff to it. The script. I want the script in here so I don't have to go to a Python file. Especially now when I have it on the web page. If you click the Python files, you can't look at them. You can just download them. What pies do we have here? No Python files? So let's make sure. Oh gosh, my extensions are gone. How did that happen? Because I know there's more files there. Oh gosh.
Pandatong says.
Where's your backup?
Yeah. So what did I have? C, CPP, H, HPP, Pi, TXT. Lots of other stuff. PDF. So many things I had here. Well.
Doc, EXE, MC, XLSX.
No. Nothing like that. I don't use Office, you know.
Translated from Dutch.
I don't use Office. I use Google Docs and stuff. Even make my invoices and sheets. They're pretty though. They're pretty. There's images in there. It reminds me, I should make an invoice or two for tomorrow. I know what I will do when I stop streaming then. Oh my. Well. Because tomorrow I'll go there and work again and they'll want me to have made the invoices. So, where to put them? You can see now we have Pi, several Pi files there. They won't be pretty, but they will be visible. So we can look at Python files, and they won't be very pretty. They will look like text files. That's the plugin that I have. We could open this, but as I'm running 2 VMs now, it feels a bit like I'm tempting fate really a lot there, right? So what we want to do, we could take my little fuzzer here, right? And we could just copy this thing, and it's probably identical to the one I have here already, which is kind of funny. So let's look at this. Actually, just now we don't want to run it. We want to open it with idle, and it'll look prettier in idle. Though idle has dark mode, right? I'm like, am I wrong? Whatever, let's not care about that. So this is the same file probably. So let's just for fun select all and paste. And this is what it looks like, right? I'm undoing that. Looked kinda similar. I'm just gonna scroll down on this side where it doesn't look as pretty. I should see if I can find syntax highlighting for there's an easy workaround, you know. The easy workaround for this problem is to do what I was planning to do, and actually put it in there, in buffer overflow. So let's put it where we're supposed to do it. I'm thinking of linking now and making more files instead of this long one. Buffer overflow, low program. This is just information about how assembler works, really. Exploring memory stack and heap. Buffer overflow. Here's where the actual buffer overflow starts. So first, is there a buffer overflow? This is a fuzzing part. Fuzzing. Yeah, example here, fuzzer pi. In the script, we can set the size of steps, the increasing things to check. So let's put the script actually in here. And let's just do Python. And we will get pretty highlighting here. So we don't have to be blind. Though we do have this, it will stay within here. It won't. This is like nicer, right? It just going off the screen, the long line. So we can see what port is set, which is obviously this port we're using. Let's compare the rest of it. Step size, yeah. So this step size is crazy big. Let's actually have 10 as a step size. We want, oh right, this is my mega maxed one, and I don't think it is fully the lightest version. Let's see, while true, and on my right screen I have a def get string, so here I made a function of it. And if size is more than 5,000, yeah. So this is more updated. And also we want here this to be 10, step size 10. And non-repeating total size. This is what we have here. This is 5,000 characters, so that's why. If you want me to explain the code, I can do that. But otherwise, I'll just double check that it's correct. Well, look, I can do it quickly. So, this string is what we will send, and it will return the prefix plus a pattern, but just the size, set size of this pattern. So if it is 10 characters, it takes the first 10, right? So we get the special non-repeating pattern already when we're fussing, so we don't have to redo stuff, right? That's kind of the purpose of this. As I only have 5,000 characters in this buffer, so when I had a problem before, I didn't get anything, so I sent it 5,000, and I sent it 100,000 characters, and it didn't crash. Until it kinda crashed with an error at like, it said it couldn't handle more than 65,000 characters when I was sending it like 105,000 characters. So it was like very odd, behaving very oddly. And I think it was both that I didn't put a return at the end when I sent it, maybe. And I don't remember if this was the one. I did that in one. It was in October, you know. I don't remember exactly. And also that I sent 2 big text sizes. So now we know that it crashes on 140 characters. If you send it 1,000 characters, it's so much over that it's like, yeah, we're writing so much. So it crashes some other way, probably, right? It's off. Anyway, this is just adding padding if it's more than 5,000 characters, if the string is too short. So this is like fixing all the things for us, in case we need to put long things in there. So try with the socket and S colon. So S is now our connection to, like the netcat. We set a timeout too, because when I didn't have the timeout, timeout 5. Yeah, I think this is too short. I think it's supposed to be no timeout. Now I'm curious. Let's see if we can use the script as it is and crash it with it. Fussing with bytes, format length, string length, prefix, and yeah. So this is a comment I added after having problems that I couldn't receive data. That is what that was. Yeah. So I didn't receive anything. It just like froze. And finally I understood that I had to. Right. Alright. Not just N also. Send string and receive data. The thing with this one is that for every loop we need to send and receive data, right? So you need to fix this for everything you test, every buffer overflow you test. And if it crashes, we get to know what the error was, and we can see what it crashed on because we write out all the information, fussing with bytes here. So what did I change? I changed the length of the step, right? So we could also start at 500 if we wanted to. This is how many steps it has already done. So if we said put it to 10, it will start at 10 steps, meaning 100, right? Yeah. Yeah, right. We can run this in here. So we can run the script. We don't have the program running yet, right? So nothing will respond. So just to test it, I'm assuming it's F5. Yeah, I think it said it there too. So syntax error, invalid syntax. Did I manage to click something when I was going through it? No, I don't think so. Yeah, this is supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be this. That's not supposed to be a syntax error on there. It's interesting. Python version 2. So we open the wrong idle and then we get the wrong thing. No, we already saved it, or rather before. So I opened the wrong idle. Idle 3. Right. Yeah, I told you it's a dark mode. Now we know why. So if it starts in bright light mode, it is 2.7. Okay? This is much nicer to look at. Nice on the eyes. Yeah, so now it won't crash from syntax error. It will crash from there's no connection available because we haven't started the program yet, right? So first we're going to start the Gatekeeper. So let's do, I think it's 64-bit. No, it's 32 because Immunity Debugger is only 32-bit. So it must be 32-bit. Because I know that this is an old box, right? And it used old stuff. So let's open the executable we want to run. And it says DLL loaded. Time wasted debugging. Oh my god, can we close this one? It says I've been doing this for 6 hours. But not now though, but generally for all time, I guess. Let's just make sure that it's actually started, right? So I think this is the run. Let's check this. Yeah, it's listening for connections, right? So if we make this one a bit tinier and run it, we can see the responses here, and it crashed, and we should be able to see back here if I can manage to click the program. First chance exception on, and we have a number here, and this number hopefully we will be able to find what this is. So let's copy the value and let's hop to the Kali machine. I tried to install, now let's see if we minimize this. Let's see. Metasploit framework for Windows on this thing. I think it uninstalled it though because it didn't really, I couldn't really install it even. It was bad. So we go in here. By the way, maybe you wanted to see the output of the script. So it just fuzzing with 10 bytes. Hello, and it goes up 80, 90, 120, and 140, and 150. So 150 it never returns, it crashes already on 140 there. And we can see that we get odd, instead of the exclamation marks here, we start to get odd stuff here at the ends earlier than that too. So we're overriding like this thing. The string is like overridden already with stuff in some way, because I don't think this is part of the string, so that we're sending. Maybe we are. Let's go back to Kali. Oh. Oh, I'm not typing on the right machine. So history, grab. I guess I should do that just to find my history better. Pattern. Is it pattern? Yeah. So we haven't done this before, have we? So USR. It will just hop up if I do USR, right? So let's just paste our number we had. And we have done that one before twice. And it doesn't find anything. And this is kinda, I think this is like where we ended up with this. Yeah, I think I was trying to find an error in this. But we can do more basic stuff too, right? We can do all A's and see if we just make sure that they're in there, right? So let's change our script a bit to send only A's. This one. So we crashed it with our long string, and the string contents is not found, meaning it's like odd, it doesn't work as it's supposed to. Bytes sent 130, bytes received 131 is always one more, and when it says bytes sent 135 here is suddenly bytes received 141, bytes sent, so it's kind of like behaving oddly all over here. So we're going to restart it. So we get a new pretty window. And let's do the traditional thing to just send A's, which is much simpler. So instead of the pattern here, use pattern equals false. And I'm always unsure, is it upper or lowercase? It's uppercase. Yeah. All the languages, it's always different. Then, when we're supposed to send this, here, in this we make another if. So if use pattern, and we type that in, and then we do else colon. And we're going to return instead prefix plus we're not using bees, we're using modern. So instead we're just doing multiply this A here with that. This script has worked, right? I'm sure it has. Maybe I should do the bee thing. Now I'm unsure. So it was a long time since I did it, was months ago. Let's see what changes with this. We can also make it B, only I'll have to change a lot more than this. So that is the if we have a shorter string than 5000, this is what we're using right now. But we want to make the script work for anything, right? So if non-repeating, oh, it's even easier. We don't need that even at all. If use pattern, we're just gonna move this up and do if not use pattern. Then we do this. There, and this is else. And it is all the rest. So many things to delete there. Only this needs to be indented. Do you think it can handle a quick version of that? I don't think so. We're talking idle after all, right? So now we should have it all aligned. So if we just run this now, I don't think we need to change anything else. This is just the logic of sending the data. This is what gets the data, and what we want to change right now is the data. So if we make sure that it's running, now we're on 7 hours. Since I installed X32DBG, I've been using it for 7 hours. That's like painful. Yeah, so it's running, right? It's running. Oh, sorry. I meant to hop to this. And what we want to see now is that, yeah, so it's not right. We have the same thing here. Here we have the ace. Why? Maybe it doesn't do the instruction that actually puts EIP. That happens sometimes, that it doesn't actually do the instruction that would put a bad value in EIP. So maybe if we like step into, step over, that's not 41s either. Yeah. So it started again. Now you can see we're sending all A's, right? We're getting all A's back. So it should work with my code. I'm just thinking if the binary is actually the problem. We might be sending like Unicode or something. You never know. Especially with Windows. If that's the problem, I probably spend a lot of time on that. So let's just make this a BA. And when we run this, we will get an error. Yeah, could not concatenate string bytes. Doesn't give us a line even, does it? Yeah, so we have to convert all the things. That's a problem. That's an annoying thing. So what do we concatenate it with? The prefix is b, should be b dot dot, and this will need to be b dot dot. There. What else do we use? Prefix plus a times padding. So this need to be b there. So padding. Alright, this is for that. And then when we're actually sending it, send string. So string is get string. Get string is what this function returns. So this is where we need to use b. I think we got it. I think it was a concatenation with a prefix. We don't really have much. But this is just if you need to send like some kind of command or something. So I'm saving it. I'm F5ing it. Yeah, there's something left. But now it says fuzzing with 10 bytes and then it crashes. So I'd like to have a better editor now. An idle. But I don't want this VM
Stop
to be...
trying to hack me. I have 5 firewalls.
Okay. Okay, Panda. Now we have a goal. So which string or data gotten is not B? So this will all be B.
I'm localhost as well.
You don't have any internet connection, right, to your computer, right? As you're speaking to me, you can't have an internet connection. So, non-repeating total size mod 500. If non-repeating 0, non-repeating padding total size non-repeating. So, this is a number, a digit, which uses padding. Where's padding? Nowhere. Total size. We get from here then. Right. So since I changed this, we do have a function now. We have to think about that as a function. I don't know how much I did with this and if it's even finished. But we need to be able to make sure we can see all the variables. But I think it's... Where does it come from? I mean, seriously, right? Here, total size. And then we get string. Of course we need to send the size to the function. This is just odd not doing it. So we need to send the size, right? Now the size of the string we want to get. That's the logic. So then we have non-repeating here. Non-repeating. Here, total size. Okay, yeah, that's good. It's from within here. So this is the value of the padding. And this is just for printing. We're making this padding value. So if we had 5034 characters, it would say 34 here, right? Because we're removing the 5000. The amounts of 5000 is removed. So non-repeating string, and then string non-repeating. Yeah. So, and we don't end this line because we want to continue it later for some reason. Return prefix plus. So now we have the prefix, which is nothing. So we can really remove prefix here for now if we wanted to. But then we have it will never get here because we're using this version. As a debug measurement, we could do this, right? So where did it crash? It said fuzzing with, and then it crashed. So it kind of crashed here, right? This is the line it crashes on. It's doing Latin 1 there. Bytes. Right. But it's a string concatenation. Oh, here it is. I found it. So, there. That's the concatenation that we were missing. But we fixed some other stuff that was nice to have done. So, if we make this tinier again, client disconnected. Receive connection from remote host. Oh, it's you, Panda. You're hacking this machine, right? So, making sure we can see this line over here. I don't know what I did, but I'll restart it just to make sure we have a fresh one. Listening for connections. We have the script ready to run. Let's F5 the script. Let's open this. Encoded without string argument. Okay, so it didn't work. Fuzzing crashed. Encoding without a string argument. Yeah, so I don't like the level of debug info I get. Encoding. Right. So I was thinking of that. So now we already have bytes. We don't need to convert to bytes. So we have one level too much there before the send, because now we already have bytes. So let's see. We didn't have a string argument. We had bytes already. So object cannot be interpreted as integer. And we still don't get a line for it. But we can see that we're fuzzing with 10 bytes. So we're earlier in the code. str object. So just to debug to see if this is where the problem is, right? We can comment lines. There's not a single comment in this. I'm so sorry, people. Should you comment your code? Why should you comment your code? I was gonna do this. I was like, this is Python. How WTF do you comment your code in Python? I need a confirmation here. I want to see a comment. Don't I have comments in any of mine? Yeah, it's square. Yeah, I was like, seriously, dude. My brain is a language mess sometimes. I admit it. This is not doing anything. It's just printing stuff. And let's see. So it's not that line, right? Than we were earlier. So the one that we print is fussing with 10 bytes here, right? Oh, I commented the wrong line. That's what I was going to comment. Sand string. This is probably I need to string it. So this was not what I intended to do with this stream. I intended to focus on the not Python. I'm kind of thinking string, but convert bytes to string. You're just missing an add here. No. I forgot to type Python. So let's hop you over to the other screen. Yeah, I was thinking str, but I want to check. Text bytes decode. Decode UTF-8. Yeah, so we have said that we are doing this in Latin 1, right? So we need to do the opposite. Oh, what did I do? This is for the bytes. No? Is it for the send? Yeah, it's for the send. So I'm a bit missing functionalities here. s.send and Python socket, yeah. Let's just compare anyone's code with mine. Let's go con.send message. Let's add something to that search. Let's add Python Latin 1 there. Now we're converting a string. Not what I want to do, but yeah, it might have been in the byte one. That's what I'm thinking. So let's actually look at the old code instead, right? Because we have it here. Yeah, that's like that too. This is the one we were actually doing. So I have so many of these. This is another one. B. Where's the send? Yeah, this one. Oh, send. Oh, it's up here probably then. Which would be odd. I should read the whole thing. Okay. Write payload. Doesn't this use networking? Oh. Doesn't. Then it's useless. Oh, remote. So I could have read the file names. Send buffer. Only send buffer. There's nothing about an encoding here. Right? So if we search instead for byte. Bytes. Latin one. Right? So this is where it belongs. Encode, decode. Oh my god. So bytes. We had a function called bytes. Definitely had a function called bytes. By the way, let's actually look at the code while we have it here, right? So where was the parenthesis I removed? Yeah, that we want done. Oh well. So the redo here didn't work because it's not Control Y as I want. It is Control Shift C. Very odd. Okay, Control Shift C. I can do that. But I'll have to scroll down. Total size. Had the wrong thing copied. So now it's back to previous state, the code. We have bytes, and the obvious that this belongs to the bytes, right? That's just what I wanted to confirm. We could have just undone. I'm kind of used to undo not always working, right? If you're using like Notepad or something. That's my backup now in Notepad. When we make changes, I can revert to this one. I really prefer having like a Git or something, right? This is primitive. Where's my line? I want to add it here. So this is a classic. We just copy the line and comment the old one. We make changes into the new one. And oh gosh, I changed that too. B. And we remove the line one. We don't need double parentheses. And then we test after we save. So can only concatenate str, not bytes to string. Yeah, so now we still have a was there something else that I didn't do? This one is right, that one's right, that one's right. I guess we use these instead because it's more like thing. I don't think that should affect anything though. Where do I concatenate? Here. Here's where I concatenate. So let's skip printing this. And yeah, so this is what I used for another one. So I have definitely used this one before and it worked, right? So in there it worked. So it's the comment that breaks it. It's not the actual code. So what we need to fix that is to concatenate the string. What I was just checking for here. Convert bytes to a string, right? And wouldn't just str work? Did I try it, or did I just not do it and thinking it wouldn't work because it would be too easy? Oh, wrong comment. We don't want to uncomment that one. We'd have to press keys all the time. So here we just str string, which is kind of funny. Oh, it did it automatically? No, it didn't. There. So let's F5 this now. And now the program is crashed already, so it won't do anything. So we can take the opportunity now to see if this worked. So we still have the exact same EIP that we always do when it crashes, and it's not anything recent. And now we have wasted another 20 minutes. Oh, I don't like this counter. Time wasted debugging. I don't know if you can see it. It says time wasted debugging. 0, 07, 21, and then the seconds are ticking. So now it's 22, 04, 05, 06. So, let's actually go check. Someone has done this box, right? I don't care if it expires as we're doing offline stuff, right? So, let's, by the way, check. Has it expired? No, we can add an hour. Though, it's starting to get late. It's 17 now. I think my kids might want help with something else. One of my kids didn't want help while I was streaming, so I don't know why, but... Maybe 8 hours is a good streaming length too. We're there soon. So let's do Gatekeeper. TryHackMe. And I know we looked at something before to do the exact same thing when I looked at this for months and months ago. Yeah, that's a room. So here we've been in one. Let's look at something else. Let's see. Let's do 2024 too. So we have something recently done. So if there's bugs, they're like at least just 1 year. So let's just scroll down to wherever they're doing something. Oh, they're doing it quickly here. I downloaded Gatekeeper, copied it to my Windows VM, got loaded in a Unity debugger that I will never use if I can help it. From there, it was a straightforward process to generate a buffer overflow. At first, I thought my script was buggy since it crashed on the second fuzz size, but I manually tested and found the overflow really was less than 200 bytes. Running a cyclical pattern through Gatekeeper showed me offset at 146. Yeah, so I don't get a crash that I can find the offset for. This is not enough details. It should be very easy to find this, right? And this is really what I need to find, but I want to find it myself. I don't want to get it from someone else. Yeah. So they're just sending 200. We did that. I'm so annoyed at this. Although it crashes earlier. Maybe... Yeah. Yeah, I know I had a problem on one where I sent too little data. Let's try it again. So I'm going to move to 100. Oh, why did I do that? So I missed the button, that's what I did. So instead, maybe that's why I had 100 as size. I had 100 as size. So if this works now, then this is a bad box. Because you can't fuss into tiny steps, right? So we want this to work, but if it works, I will be mad at the box creator. Because not being able to fuss in 10 increments would be a time killer indeed, right? What do you think? What will happen? So, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. I'm mad at the box creator. Officially, I'm mad. Who did this box? Okay. So how much debugging did I do to find this error? It was at least, I think it was an hour. So this is funny because now we have an EAP of 41, which was the whole reason I started messing about adding stuff to the script. Well, the script is better. Let's see, this is learning, right? And the bad thing is that I remember this now. Because I had started this box before. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, at least we have now changed this to use B, meaning it doesn't need to convert to bytes. Meaning it is somewhat better. But we need to confirm that it works with our non-repeating string, so we need to set the value of use pattern to true. There. And we need to run it again, meaning we need to restart. And this was like what I was not wanting to do. What was fixing the script to make it better. This is annoying. Well, I guess I learned more about how to convert between bytes and strings, right? And I got reminded that how to make comments in Python, which is like, yeah, I knew that. But my fingers were typing C comments. And yeah, let's confirm that it works. It does. So the only problem we had, but I changed it now to be B instead, which is in one way prettier, and I'm sure now that no odd conversion of stuff will affect our string. We said it. We don't use any standard thing. We just use our own, right? And send failed. So it receives the data and then something crashes within it. And I can't click there. So this is now the number that we need to copy to our Kali machine. So I have a lot of highlighting streams to do. So let's do the same and just paste our new number, which if you look at my history, I did do this, but that was long ago. We have a long history now, much longer than 2000. So we got 146. First of all, let's document everything and let's make our notes better by adding right. I had to scroll up to that. By adding notes into the buffer overflow one, whatever. Here. So, testing buffer overflow. On Windows. So, we will put everything here. All the things, making screenshots. First of all, we have our little fuzzer script that we have two places to put. First of all, since I've upgraded the script, let's replace this one. I think this is just, it's an earlier version of the same script, right? So we paste here, and we have a much more nicer, more advanced version, which can also do where is it? Use pattern true. I'm actually going to move that, since the way it looks there, it's not obvious. So let's change it in the script so they're identical. Jag ska bara, vill du någonting så kan jag komma. I'm just in my hot. Yeah, this is the updated script. Yeah, you can get, though this is cold now. I got it like when we started with this box, so maybe 2 hours then. Yeah, so how mad am I at the box creator who creates a box with a buffer overflow where you have to stop 100 bytes at a time. If you do 10 at a time, it crashes too early, right? How smart is that? They must have not tested it at all. Anyway, it's very annoying. So we spend a lot of time on this now for nothing. So I'm saving this fuzzer file here. So next time we have let's make a comment on the step size, right? And let's actually put this on top, because these are also variables that we want to change, and the pattern is long if we happen to get this version of how things look. So let's do step size. If you get bad info, bad crashes with 1 step size. Try bigger and smaller steps. So if I had thought of this before, right? If I had thought of this, I would have done the same mistake. Let's do the same edit here. Let's just put these first, because then we have the identical script on both. So now we can do stuff. We're going to put this in the notes too, right? So we have the output. We still have this output. So we also have the crash. Though it says data has been copied to clipboard. Let's move them so we can see Yeah, the EIP there. So now you can see EIP if you do the screenshot here. And let's see if this is good enough to be possible to paste. Alright, I forgot to put a letter or a number in this one. So, yeah, kinda thought so. Let's undo that. Let's delete the image because it's just going to take place otherwise. And let's make is Sherrick running? Definitely not. No, it did click. So the funny thing is I had to type the full word every time for this to start. So now I can do F4 and I can just F4 there. So let's see if this worked. I just clicked. It was the first time. Yeah, it did the full screen. Just one click instead of dragging and I got the full screen. That's nice. Very nice. So now we can see here we have the EIP and this is the number that we use here to get the offset. So now we have the offset for this. What did we do before this? I was thinking of pasting the script here too, but it's a bit long. We can paste the file in here, but I do like to have notes that are actually functional, right? Also, we didn't paste this, our exploration of the port. That's always a bit ugly in the notes, right? To have empty spaces. So, so this is kind of all of it. All of it is the same. Why not put all of it there? It's not like we have anything else on this page. The reason for having all of it is that I did the connection refused in between here. This was new to me, but it had some delay before it started again, right? So that's interesting. We also saw it crash. So this. So right to script. Why did I hop all over there? We're starting Gatekeeper.exe and opening in, let's hop back there because I don't want to mistype the name. Yeah, x32 dbg and running it. Then we start our fuzzing script. We get a crash at EIP. So the offset and the fuzzing string in the input string is 146. So now we need to find a way to use this to get a shell on the machine, I'm assuming. That's what we're supposed to do. We have a user and a root flag to get from this box, so we need to be on there. It's not like some other simple ones where you just get some data from it or something. So, we need to explore the executable a bit more and see if there's stuff in there that we can use. But first, we're going to look at my notes and make sure that we are not missing something. So the reason I have notes is to be able to read them right. I don't make the notes just for fun, even though it is kind of fun to make this kind of note. So exploring memory. So let's see here, buffer overflow. So fuzzing parameters, controlling EIP. So right, the next step in my little list here is identifying bad characters, then finding return instruction, finding shellcode address.
002 says, I am out for today. THX for streaming. See you around.
Okay, thank you for being here, and have a great rest of the day and rest of everything, right? See you next time. And tomorrow I'll be streaming from like 13 my time-ish. I'll be working first. So yeah, let's check bad characters. So if we hop back up here, let's make a new note. 6. Bad shards. Finding bad shards. And I do have another script that I have like made for this, but it is not finished either, I think. Oh my, sorry. So in buffer overflow, yeah, it's part of the exploit one. I don't know which one is newer here. There's so many versions of everything here. But now we went through the fuzzer one kind of thoroughly, which is always nice. So to remember it all, right? So let's restart this. Because we want it running to be able to test stuff. To be able to send data and check memory and see if it is correct. So this time we want to send special data. I'm thinking if it's better using this one or the other one, which I don't know how finished it is. Let's see here. So, yeah, this one uses the non-B ones. I kind of changed the other script and this one to be not with B as bytes, but use this instead. And now I changed it back, and I'm kind of thinking we can stick with a new way, which is the old way. Does that sound very logical? Anyway, this script has all cards, so it gets all characters from 0 to 255, 0 to FF, and then it excludes what characters we already have found that are bad, that we are going to enter here as we find them, and then the rest is use cards. It removes these characters, go through the string, and we can also print the list if we want to. Let's see. Right, so this is some old Venom stuff, but this should have steps, I think. Maybe it's another script of the steps. Yeah, here is the steps. Where the data is. Yeah, so it can be hard sometimes to see where the data is. And then we can just put all A's there to see it easier, because it looks kind of easy to miss the data. So we're starting with step 1, just putting data there. So the offset is 146. That I obviously already had, because we had run the command before, but it was 3 months ago. I don't remember it. I want to redo all the things. But I don't think we got further than this, actually. But this is where we ended then, because we had something else we needed to do. Yeah, I think the reason was we had the 101, Security 101 path on TryHackMe, then we did the Advent of Cyber, we've been doing other stuff too. So a lot of hardware stuff recently. So now I want to get this path finished. As we just today finished the 101 path too. First, because it was quick. So let's just go for it, right? So I'm too tired to do anything but type run it, right? Let's just run this. Let's close the first one. So it crashed at once, as it's supposed to. And we were sending the A's, and we can very clearly see all the A's here, right? They're very easy to see. So, assuming we have the same situation next time, let's just copy the address of this, just to put in a. This is the old version where I saved it, so let's put it there. It's saved in case we need it. So we should see, it's kind of clear that data too, because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we only see nothing, then it's hard to find. So we're restarting this again. And if something is not clear, just ask me, right? Just ask me. So what we're going to do now is to send data. We're going to see, are there any characters that this program will perceive as terminating the string, for example. Mostly that, really. Because if the string is terminated, then it will not be inputted into the memory, and we will not be able to use that data, right? So now we're going to input, instead of just A's, we're going to input the characters that we made over here. All the characters except for our bad characters. Meaning that for now it's going to be, can't I scroll this? 00 to FF. We're going to see that. So it's going to be very obvious, hopefully. So let's just save it so it doesn't have to ask us this time. So no, Didn't I restart it? So now we're running use shards, right? Let's restart this. I think I did. And let's run it again. And it might be so that it doesn't do anything because 0, 0 is null, right? And that's the way we terminate strings. So the most logical thing is that it wouldn't override any data, which would give us kind of the ace there, which would be an okay way to end this thing, right? So data is sent. There's no change on this address. So let's hop the address up. We can make this bright light horribleness less. So we still have all the 31s there. So I don't think it's getting any input at all. And I don't know if it crashes. Yeah. So it's still crashed. By the way, it wants an update. Do we want Windows updates? Yeah, I think I've updated this one. It's just set to do stuff, right? So now we go into, before we run the script this time, let's just close the thing. I guess it just keeps opening the same one, right? So I should just fix where it's positioned instead. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add null here. So we do, can't I type? Yeah, I don't know why it didn't end up. So we do null. We add the \0, 0, which is null, into the string here. And then we run this. So we run it again, sends again, and we don't get any new stuff in here, right? Okay. So let's just try it. Let's go for this one. I guess we'll add 1. I don't think I've seen that be a problem, but maybe I'm just don't remember stuff. Might not remember stuff. So it just crashed again. It looks exactly the same again. Right, I remember I forgot something. We want to put a breakpoint too. Where should we put the breakpoint though? This is annoying, right? But I have done this before. In this, I think. But it's like a tough thing. So let's restart it. I don't want to do this again. Oh. I guess we just need to do it. So let's make sure we have some more space to explore the code. Maybe there's a good trick to do this that I don't know. Let's actually just, can we load it without starting? Yeah. Let's just, you could put breakpoints at the very start. This is such a complex program, network program, you know, that we can't just, I mean, if it's a tiny program, it's so easy to find stuff, but with this one, it's messier. So, options, preferences, yeah, entry breakpoint, thank you. So let's save that. So this was at least useful for the A's. I mean, we found them easily, right? So now when we restart it, it is paused. Here it was to say where it says paused on this one. We're at 7:45. Yeah, so this is learning. This is not bad. This is learning. So where did they really put that one? I'm sure there's smarter stuff to find this. So we seem to be in Maine at least. That's where I aim to be. I only couldn't see if we were in Maine. So 3 months since I looked at this. Or 2 months. So we can't step through it, it's too much. Right, so the message we get here when it crashes. Let's use that. Anyone remember? Receive the data something. So let's undo this. And we could just continue though. Oh, whatever. We can continue. And it is now running. It's just so tiny and black text on gray background, so I don't see. So now it's running. So if we run the script now, it will do the same as it has done and kind of crash in the wrong way, but we will see the message, right? So I guess bytes received is enough, right? So if we go to the bytes received message, it should have received the data and it should be in memory, right? So, oh my god, how many times have we done that? So let's, I think we can search just by right clicking here. Search for constant. No. I could have done ASCII there, I guess. Yeah, let's try again. Search for, find reference to. No. Oh, find reference to. And we have the address of that. That could be useful too. So let's remember, find reference to, right? We should always check the menus. And here's also breakpoints, right? So search for, I'm just checking if there's any search alternatives other than this, no? And we want to search in the current module, maybe? And we want to search for a we can do region. What's the module, I guess? Constant. And can I type here? No, I can't. I don't know. Yeah, this is not what I want, right? Because I want to paste this. Can it do this? Expression? Yeah, maybe it can. No, I can only do cancel. Yeah, this is more what I want, right? Let's see if we can find this thing. No. Yeah, so I think what I did before is just to scroll and look. I just looked for it because it's nice and friendly and tells us what's up. So as long as I remember, bytes received, bind failed. This is what I mean with a too complex program to just know where it is. This is the error we got previously when I sent 100,000 characters. Client disconnected. Bytes received. So here, now we found the bytes received line here, right? So maybe if we put a breakpoint here, I can right click into it. Breakpoint, set, let's just toggle. We want this breakpoint on, right? So when we get here, we have it. The program has received the data, and we should be able to see it in memory. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm very happy that we have this. We can also try send failed. Right, let's copy this full output. Actually, let's do a print screen of this, or I'm going to do F4. So let's do it as detailed. Let's get all the steps in the notes. Why not? Because otherwise I might be like, what did I do? Right? I want to know it all. So in here we're going to put a screenshot of this thing here. So we crash the program. No. Yeah, we crash the program again to see what the output looks like, and then we paste there. This is the first step we did. Did we do anything else first? We look in the code. Let's hop back here. And I'm gonna screenshot this area here. So we look in the code to find a string where the data should be in memory. Right, and then we're gonna make a new screenshot, and I'm just selecting on the screen now. So how much do we want? Like a little bit of this. And make a breakpoint there. And add a breakpoint, right? Make is like too creative for a breakpoint. I'm thinking I wanted something before. Using our exploit script. Which I have not added to the notes, but I will later. So, is there anything else we want to keep from this? So, I kind of think that we should redo this bit. I'm cold and I'm hungry. I do have yogurt though. So you know when I'm cold, it's 25.5 the temperature says here. is 1.4 outside plus, not minus. So it's gone over the limit. So snow is probably melting right now. I'm getting something because I'm cold. I need something. So we're close. So can we have this thing? I don't know which is the most horrible looking clothes I have here. Least horrible looking clothes, hopefully, right? Yeah, let's go hoodie style there. I hadn't had this since my shoulder died, so now it's better. So that's better. No, not so cold. So I have the logo on this, but it's too big. This going all plastic all the way. The full thing goes plastic. So, edit mode. So this is just old. This is old too. If it's the same, I will be like, oh, did I do this much? I don't think so.
Potatops says, confession: when I did the OSCP, I had zero coding experience and had no idea what the script properly did. D.
Oh, so you just run the script. Okay. Yeah. This one is the messiest buffer overflow that I've ever done. And part of it is definitely that when I was fuzzing it and I did 10 letters at the time, it crashed at the wrong place. And I think I just spent another hour on that now. So it is nice to know that we have people in chat that can help if I don't know what to do here.
I understood it slightly. I knew the fundamental knowledge of what it is, but the coding and stuff just made very little sense to me.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. To be able to use the tools without understanding exactly. That's always good too, right? So, yeah, so we were supposed to check this now. This is of course 255 characters, right? Or 256. So we know that it crashes on 200 in the right way. It doesn't crash the right way in 150 characters. Or 140 at least. So hopefully it crashes the right way on 256 characters. What do you think about this? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's pull these back in a bit now when we have found a breakpoint. So, and let's make sure it is restarted. And let's send the data. And confirming that we are using the use chars data here. We're not using any other data. Do this. So let's do it.
Are you using XDBG?
Yeah, X32DBG is this because it's 32-bit. It's old. And it seems like most people use Immunity Debugger, which is like very horrible to try to stream. I've done that. I didn't like it. I was assuming, and I couldn't read the letters without reading in the stream.
I've never used dark mode, but the layout looks slightly different.
Okay. Maybe I changed the layout something, I don't know. Connection handle off to handler thread. So this is not the same message that we got, we have paused before it actually does this instruction, but it's received, right? So let's, if we like step over this thing and we look here, we don't get anything more. So let's check this memory address that we saved. It's over here. So 9E, it might not be there yet. 9E19EC. So we can see the 41s here though. So I'm a little bit confused. I would like to clear off the memory. So EF, right? So it might not be the same area. So E, yeah, so we can't even scroll to that part of the memory that we were at before. And where are we really? So if I hop over to the threads now, we're kind of like not in the main one. We're somewhere else. Is there a way to hop on until we end up in the main thread, right? I don't want to do this. I'd like to do that. Because I want it to return to the other functions. So first of all, we see all these 41s all over the place, right? Let's scroll back. This is why I double checked my script, right? Because this alternative here, it just sends the A's. We didn't do that now. Now it sends use chars, which is this. So you didn't write your own script, by the way, then. You got it from somewhere. So this one, I'm just adding 00 to FF. Then we're removing nothing, and use chars is what we're sending. So it will send 00 to FF. So all those 41s must be old data, cause nothing overwritten, and I'm not even sure where I was. So I saw stuff before. Also, we should be able to see when we scroll here. Oh gosh, this is so horribly. This should be slower than scrolling. I could just restart it and do it again. So, I'm tired of that. Let's just hop on. I was kind of thinking it might hop to the right place too, right? Bytes received. And let's see if this updates. Yeah, now we have the bytes received. So 2 hops, step overs, show us the bytes received, because it probably added the number and stuff there, right? So it got the data, and then we're just a few steps down here. So where on earth is the main ones? I know it's been marked before. Yeah. This is not it, is it? So, yeah, this is like such a long program. So let's we can see the bytes received here. We'll see when we hop on to something else. So it's very odd using buttons. I usually use shortcuts. So this is like more graphical too, right? It's better for streaming. So I'm just scrolling down a bit. So, I'm kind of regretting not using the bytes, the other one, the other string, what was it? Send failed, because, maybe it's too late though, that's why I didn't use it. So, where are we now? I just discovered this threads thing. Kinda looks nice to see how many threads are running, and that's the main thread. But it doesn't say much, really, though, right? It doesn't say what memory address it is. It says EIP, though. I don't think those are the thing. So, why didn't anything happen? It's still running. Did I click something odd now? If I run this now, because I'm... Yeah, I did something. I think I restarted it by mistake or something. Well. Well, that just means we have to send it again. And have to step through it again a bit. So there's still a lot of 41s there, which is very annoying. And also, I keep thinking, did I like break this thing? Right? So, compare this to our previous address. Oh, why didn't that work? There. So, 009E. And I think we had F once. Now we have 009C, 19EC. And that's where we found the 41s before, when we actually used them, this address. So, this VM that I just recently made, is it bad? Is it, like, not good for this? Yeah, so we keep hopping to those 41s that should be like lost runs memory. Why does it show us these? Because this is EAX, which is pushed right now. So we do have a null first in our string, so it might just be, there should be at least a null there. Should be at least a null. Like terminating the string, right? Nothing. It also said how many bytes it received. So now it kind of looks 2 steps up from it. That's when it crashed before. From the 41s though. So EAX has a new value now. Exclamation, exclamation, backslash n. So we know that what it replies with is hello, exclamation, exclamation, backslash n, right? Or I think it's 3 exclamation marks. Now I'm getting too warm with the hoodie on. It's never perfect temperature. Oh, it's because it's 25.6 now, not 25.4. You know, it's cold. Yeah, so tips are welcome right now, because this is something I'm learning. I'm very much learning this. Trying to find order in this chaos of assembler instructions. I'm not that good at assembler. I'm not good at all at it. I'm not like totally lost, but not far from it. So I'm just happy it's not just this we get. We get this. And we get help here. Very nice of it. To tell us where strings are and stuff, and what the value of stuff are, everything. And also here we get some information. But this is a very complicated program, really. So I would like to have like someone else doing this detailed and telling me what on earth would I make this easier, this stuff, because I don't think I'm doing it a good way at all. So if we were to send something else, something new, like a lot of C's, right? We have the 41s in there annoying me. So if we send C's, 43s instead, and see how, if we do the same thing with C's, right? Because the 41s will be useless now. So let's send something else. Let's just restart this thing. And maybe I was 2 steps from going to where I wanted, but I can't see anything. I can't get any useful data from that. So let's make the payload C, and let's make it, yeah, I guess 256 is the best, because that's what we were going for, right? So we're gonna save and run this, and of course we're gonna look at the output while we're doing it. And we still have our breakpoint at the same place. So maybe we can find a better place to break it to see the data easily. Because this is all that we want. We just want to see the data. And if it keeps hopping different memory addresses, then it's like hard. So it is at the breakpoint. Do I dare to click there? I managed before the menu popped up. So now we're looking for 43s. And these 41s are just old stuff. Did I change the letter? It says C, right? is confirmed. We're supposed to find something else now. So if we step through this, not mega slow but not mega quick, we can just ignore the 41s. Unless Python totally died on this computer, I don't think so. Those 41s are so much in the way though. They're making me unsure about stuff. Especially since they hop between addresses. So at least now I know that it's not that we had a null at the start that breaks us. If it's broken, it's because of something else. I'm only looking at the memory, really. We could just do this instead. We could just do this. Here we have text. Invalid password to see runtime. This is not nice. How do I find this better? Should do like the 1,000 C's. Won't be visible though, right? Yeah. Printing. Trin client. Toy. Vending. Industry. Other. Xbox. Yeah, so we're totally off. So, by the way, yeah, this is not even the right place. So, we could, if we want, following dump on something, and we end up in like a similar area where we were actually, remember here. Which is mostly zeros. So, let's step on and see if we get to something that looks like some similar data. There we're at the same spot again, right? So, call into DLL, raise exception. And then it pauses. Because this is what we usually see when it crashes with this. This is so annoying. I guess that we should just use the number of characters it's supposed to be able to handle instead. So when it crashed and we could see a string, we used 200 characters, right? So let's lower this to 200. And then I'm gonna come into my old number and do 200 instead. And then we just run it when this is up. So, handled off. Oh, nice. So, if we just run this now, will something else happen? Maybe I should have made the breakpoint where it crashes. So we can do it before. Now, I'm gonna do the quick keys now. So it's F8. So, no tips? No one has any tips? Oh, right. Oh, this area, I kind of forgot about it. It's useful too. Well, let's make it a tiny bit smaller though, because I was trying to drag this one up a bit. How tiny can that line be? This is so boring. Nothing is happening, really, when I don't really, know what I'm doing, I guess. Yeah, you should check something out. I need a tip on how to find this better, where to put a breakpoint in a big program, like this one. Because it's easy to say it about others. So it kind of crashed, right? So so if we remove the breakpoints, everything, nothing here. Let's get rid of the ones I put in here. And we should really have the breakpoints should be in. So this one is from another day, okay? So this one must be from another day. Not saying much about progress. So restarting, no breakpoints, it should just run. So it's running, listening for connections. If we now send, this is the same as the fuzzing. We should crash it, and we should have the darn C's in EIP. We're sending the same thing that it crashed over, right? It didn't crash for 100, did it? It can't have. It can handle that, I'm sure. So again, we get this is not what we wanted. So let's run the other script, then we compare the differences. And maybe I'm just doing it wrong because I'm not using the same. So let's open this in the 3 Python idle. And let's restart this thing again. And we will rewrite the exploit one. So this one, run. And oh, I forgot to change it. I recognize the number. So we need to, oh my god, so many things running now. Fuzzer. So I need to change what I'm using. Let's put use pattern to false. And set the letter that we use here to, well, I guess we use D now. We're using up all the letters. And we run this. And now we have 44s here. So this one works. What is the difference between these two Python files? Why does one work and one not? This is a bug on mine. My bug. It's all mine. So let's open both side by side. And let's do the B thing again. I'm sure I've used the exploit one and it worked on other things. But now I'm like annoyed. So let's do this. So we have two both kind of big windows. So both use import socket, localhost, and this has a timeout. Right, which was a problem with one. My brain keeps saying that. And then instead of we can really remove this part of it. It's not interesting right now, it's just this bit. Oh. So, if anyone else is not blind, I changed this. I uncommented it, I changed it, right? So, but I didn't comment the next line, meaning we didn't actually run it, because it was overridden at once by use chars. So that's a bug, and let's run it now, because with 200 characters, then it will be exactly the same. Let's do 256 just. So was that the bug? Then I'm happy, because it's an easy bug, right? And this one has obviously crashed already, so let's restart. And put a new one here. Oh, not that big, thank you. That's a stupid thing in Windows, I don't like that. Just because I'm dragging to an edge, maybe I want to drag it above the edge a bit, on purpose. I might want that, I often want that. So I'm like closing all the windows down here. There. So now we're gonna run this, and we're gonna assume that this works now, because it should have worked, and I was just annoyed it didn't work. So it didn't work. So then we do the next step, which is restart, and make sure it's running. Change to 200 characters. And in this one, if this doesn't work, then this was not the bug. So when I restart it, it's not paused, it's wrong. Yeah, confirming. So yeah, something else is off here. So we can run this again now, and we will get the right crash. So now we have the 444s. So it's running as it should, but the exploit one is bad for some reason. So let's do a debug output, and just print payload, and of course, what was that? And then we accept, and that's totally fine. So it printed lots of C's, but it didn't exit. Why didn't it do anything else then? It should have totally exited there. Funny that we had different actions from this Python, with and without parentheses there. That's very interesting. Anyway, we have C's in payload. That's just what I wanted to confirm, really. But other different odd things happening. We could also run these Python scripts from our Kali machine, right? Maybe we should. Maybe we should run them from Kali. But then we have to swap machines back and forth. Yeah. So earlier today, I was standing for a bit because it didn't feel good to sit. And now I'm feeling like doing it again. It's not comfortable. But it's also cold. I think I'll have to check if my windows are really shut good enough. Too much cold air coming in here. And the temperature says 25.5 degrees. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. Oh. So let's do the conversion to B. We're not using buff. We don't have to care about buff. Let's do the others. So will this work? I'll have to change a lot, right? Won't I? What will it complain about? Yeah, expected byte like object string found. So this won't work. So, and I'm sure I've used this, you know. Let's see what else I can find. We can also convert use chars to bytes already here. But then we would have to print it. So we can see here that it prints this, right? The question, what we don't know, is that is F a some kind of odd format or something. Yeah, this is so annoying. I do have others, but I want to fix this. And I don't want to spend all day on this, which I'm already always done. Yeah, right. 9 hours and 1 minute. Yeah, I do need to spend some time with my kids too today. And it's almost too late for that. So I'm kind of thinking that I will like debug. Maybe I'll debug. I don't think I have time to debug it off stream, but I need to get to bed in a good time too. I'll work tomorrow. So I'll be streaming at like 13-14 tomorrow. Depending on how long.
D.
Oh, thank you. I really think this is horrible. Oh, thank you. So if anyone has any tips on this, I could just do. I have other files, you know. We could do another one quickly. So I have this one, which is a totally different one. So this was a remote one, right? Yeah, connect. And here's a different bad cars. This is not mine. Or an earlier from some page. Yeah. So I've written the text. but it's not like it's me making it. Let's just try that quickly before we stop. So let's make a new file here. I guess we should save the old one first. New file. Yeah, I thought so. Open a new window. So we don't want to reverse here. We want to first of all, we just want to fuss, but not really fuss. Control. We can control. So control. I'm just assuming this was long ago. Okay, yeah. So we really want both bud charts. We want to confirm. We couldn't even do the confirm thing in this exploit one, which is just sending a B's here. So let's do instead C's because we have lots of A's there, right? That's the problem. Yeah, this has not been saved yet. Okay, let's do exploit2 .py, and it will connect. It will send this payload and it close. And the rest of the stuff it won't care about because we're just running one of the functions. This is kind of very different than how I did it, but also simple way of doing stuff. So let's restart this, and then I'm gonna have to get something to eat, except for yogurt. So I haven't eaten much. It's just those are 2 hard sandwiches with roast beef and yogurt, with nothing, with no cereal or anything. So it is already running, I think, but let's click that like a million times to make sure. So what do you think? Will we end up with 42s? 42 is not a bad number, you know. Well, the script didn't work very well without changing stuff. Yeah, of course. So there's an IP somewhere here, and there's a port, and those are not the same. So this is something else, right? So we want 31337, I think. Save F5. So no output. That's a pretty script. No feedback. It's received bytes though. Connection handed off to handler thread. So this message, we don't always get this message. When do we get it and when don't we get it? We don't get it when it works. So let's do the fuss here. Does, yeah, we could test the fuss. It's just A's though. Whatever. I don't care. I don't even look at that one anymore. Let's just do the fuss one. So when I find this out, will I be as disappointed as I was with the last one? I'm doing 2 there so we know what we're doing. So let's do this one now. 0 bytes. 50 bytes. 100 bytes. Now we'll see if it crashes too early. We might have to change the step. I saw it there in the code. So it's at least sending 250. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't detect it. It has the wrong way of connecting. It's reconnecting every time. I had this problem before. So I can't abort this program. Yeah, just slow. So it's not keeping the connection alive and doing it again. So it won't work on this one. I'll have to rewrite it. I don't wanna. If we just send one bunch of data, and it will work, right? So what we needed to do here, well, we can do it, of course. We have to receive 2 though. We'd remove these outside the loop. And we'll have to receive data 2, I think. Let's just skip it. Cause it's late. And I've been streaming since like 9 and it's 18:37. So maybe it's time to give my room some rest. What do you think? So thank you very much, Potatoes, for being here, especially. And if no one has any suggestions like this, then I might have time to research before tomorrow, but I don't think so because I have to make 2 invoices today too. Thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you for streaming. Smile, smile.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to read someone. So don't leave before I'm reading. It's not allowed. Let's see, who's streaming? Is anyone streaming? Oh, GoPro is online.